Hello. This is Sarah Grinch, Ravens Crochet. And here is my furry feline, Raven. Say hi, Raven. Look, we match. Our outfits match today. Woohoo! Having fun with the Grinch today. So I wanted to come and make you laugh today. In a good way. Sorry I've been absent a while. I have been crazy, super busy. I've barely had any time to crochet. I've literally crocheted 3 granny squares in 2 weeks. And the sizes of those granny squares are only 10 rows each, using a 6.5 millimeter hook and a 4 millimeter thickness yarn. So yeah, I've barely had any time to crochet. So I don't have any new makes or anything going on with that. But last time I checked, I did tell you guys I was going to do a giveaway. So yay, that's what I'm doing. This is the giveaway. This is a brand new knitting machine that I got at Ollie's for $5. The price tag is still on there. $5. So these are normally like at least $20 and up, depending on the brand and where you get them. So I wanted to be a dear and put it in a giveaway because a beautiful person bought me 2 of these within the last 2-3 years. And I've showcased using them here on this channel. But this one is really pretty. I would be using this if I had not my other ones. But this one's cute and I love the color. And this one it's good for making hats, scarves, blankets, cell phone bags. It's got some ideas on here. 5 pieces. I haven't opened this. I'm not going to open it. The recipient is the first person to open this box. But it says the knitting machine, of course. You get 2 100% acrylic yarn colors, 100 yards each, which is awesome. You get some free yarn in here. A yarn needle and a crochet needle. So, yeah, there's the picture of what you get in the box. The machine, the 2 skeins of yarn. It looks like the one might be purple variegated and gray variegated. And then you have a crochet hook and a knitting needle, which is really good for, like if you have a skip stitch or something, you know, and you can fix a stitch with the crochet hook and you could grab onto the stitch hook. I mean to the loop, to the stitch, whatever, you know what I mean. And then of course the knitting, the little sewing needle is good for, you know, sewing up your ends and closing it up and all that stuff, finishing it off. So I have a whole bunch of accessories I'm going to be mailing with this. So this is going to be wrapped up, and then there's going to be a box full of accessories, and I am actually throwing in some yarn, a whole bunch of yarn, so you can make your own hat and scarf set with this. And there's some accessories I'm going to throw in too. So here we go. I'm going to take these off so I don't get Grinch fur all over everything. And here we go. So, bunch of accessories. And I'll show those last because those don't really have anything to do with the knitting machine. But any extras, I believe, are always great. I have so much stuff laying around. Crazy, 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 crazy. And I have some stickers too. I'm also going to involve. You know, stickers are great. I always like stickers. Let's see here. Oh yeah, these would be great. Iron on shirts and stuff. So I'm gonna get you some llama stickers. Anything yarn related, llama stickers. These are these like metallic colored llamas, and they have like little sayings. No prob llama, hello there, la love, chill, no prob llama, hug, stay wild on the little cacti. and L'Amazing. I really like L'Amazing. And let's see here. They're kind of poofy. They're like 3D stickers. They're a little bit thick. So I'm going to include those. Here's a sheet of Lisa Frank stickers. These are always really beautiful and rainbowy and colorful. I grew up with Lisa Frank. Love Lisa Frank. So it's just one sheet in here, but it's protected. So I'm going to leave it in there. And there's some Care Bear stickers. These are also poofy. 3D. And sharing is caring. And when I think of that, I think of the Care Bears. So I'm going to throw that in there. Oh, forgot about these. Escape the Ordinary. I'm going to throw a couple of these in for you. You can like use them like as like little greeting notes or something if you want to like mail a package to somebody like I'm doing with this giveaway. So I'll write a little note for you on one of these, but I'll throw a couple of them in for like a freebie, you know. So you can use one. And I'm also including a whole bunch of patterns and just, you know, all kinds of good stuff. So I have a lot of stuff that I'm going to be including in that, and I'll show those patterns a little bit later because again they don't have anything to do with the knitting loom. So with the knitting loom, I'm going to include this set of sewing needles. So you can use this not just for closing your ends and sewing up the edges of your scarf or whatever. There's a couple of them that are curved, so if you want to use the knitting loom machine to do like amigurumi dolls, these curved needles are really great. So like if you want to sew on a pair of eyeballs or sew a picture of a face, like, you know, sew the face on or whatever, and then like you're like hiding the yarn tails, these curved needles are really great for like going around the heads and stuff and the arms. And then of course there's like a regular set of your basic household sewing needles. And they're self-threading needles actually too. See, look. I don't know if you can see that. They're self-threading. So you don't have to struggle as much. See if I can get my camera to focus. I don't think it will. But they're self-threading needles. And these down here have bigger eyes. So that should be easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? Here's a bag. Project bag. It's just drawstring. You can carry it as a backpack or whatever. I'm not sure it's waterproof, but it's that type of material that if it gets wet, it'll dry quickly. So if you were to go to the beach or the gym or to the pool in the summertime or whatever. But it's also a really nice deep fuchsia color. And I'm rolling it up carefully. I'm going to roll it up carefully and put it in between the other stuff I'm going to show you so it's protected during shipments. I like to roll it up so it's kind of nice, you know. These are always great. I still have a couple of these left. These are going to be great. So like if you're making a hat and you need to measure the person's head, whether it's a small child or a large man's head or something, because, you know, heads can range in sizes too. It's not just one size fits all. Now, my go-to on the stitches, 100 stitches, 100 rows on the knitting loom. You start with your scrap yarn on the knitting loom if you're going to do a scarf with flat edges. When you're doing a hat, you don't need any scrap yarn at all. You just do the number of rows that you would need to make sure the hat is big enough. And my go-to is 100 rows on your knitting loom. And that is pretty much the standard one size fits all. Now, if it's for a small child, I would do maybe 60 rows, maybe 80 rows, maybe like a teenager. And then for a larger size, like adult man's head, for like for the people who have like really large heads, you could go up to like 160 rows, 180 rows maybe. But for myself, I do 140 rows if I want like a slouchy beanie hat. If the yarn is just slightly thicker, then I'll do like 150, maybe 155 rows, and I'll still get that slouchy beanie effect. Plus, I can also fold the brim up and keep my ears warmer. So, get these spam calls all the time. I hope my video didn't stop, but I was pretty much explaining that 100 rows, standard size fits all, 60 to 80 for a small child, 140 for a large size man. Sometimes I do up to 155 max, maybe 160 rows. If the yarn is just a little bit thicker, and I still want that slouchy beanie effect. So let me show you what I mean by that. So this is great by, you know, taking measurements on the hats and scarves. And it also helps you determine what size your crochet hooks are in case you don't have a size labeled on the hook. So here's a hat that I've made. This is 140 rows, because if you start, this is doubled. This is doubled, by the way. And once it's all stitched together, you can't undo it. But like, say, like you pull this thing inside out, it's twice as long as this when it's right off the loom. But folded in half, it's 70 rows. This is 70 rows from the very top to the folded edge of the brim. So 70 rows. So that means 140 rows on the knitting loom. And you have a slouchy beanie effect. You could fold the brim up to double the fabric over your ears. And it being also larger size, it being a longer set of rows, it's easy to fit larger heads. If I can come up with the sentences in my head now. I'm on my medication right now too. It's my day off. I'm lounging around. I'm doing laundry back and forth. I'm watching TV here and there. I don't watch much on TV, but a little bit of the news here and there. In my opinion, and with the research I've done, the American news, the secular news channels, they're like 90% corrupted. They are literally ran by Chinese companies. And I watch just a little touches in here. Maybe once or twice a week, I'll just touch in for like 10 minutes just to see what's going on in the world. But mainly for the weather. I get news alerts on my phone, and I'll read the headlines and stuff, but that's about it. But I trailed off. But anyways, this is so yeah, this is actually for you too. This is for the giveaway, just so that way you can see for yourself and see in your hands. You can actually count the number of stitches. You can actually take your you take a crochet hook or the edge of a needle, and you just count stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you just keep going. So that way you can determine, like, if this one is too long for you, if you want it shorter, you can go back and say, hey, I want to do this many rows. Since this is folded in half, double that number. That's the exact amount of rows you're going to want to work on your knitting loom. Okay. Also get you a little bitty notebook. Let me just grab one. You're going to want a notebook so you can keep little notes on the number of rows that you do. I've got a notebook, and I should have already had it out, but I didn't think about it, so I'm grabbing it now. I'm getting in my cabinet stash of giveaway stuff. Now I've got like a whole pile of stuff here on the couch. So this is just a little itty bitty composition notebook, like Indie Q's, just a little itty bitty composition notebook. So I'll include that. And here's a pen, so the pen kind of matches. And it's November, you know, pumpkin color, so I figured that'd be, you know, these are really good pens. I love these pens. They're like some of my favorite to write with. And they're very cheap and inexpensive. Pentel RSVP. If you've never used these pens, these are great. They're medium ballpoint pens. I'm also going to include a couple of hooks. These two in particular, because they're really, really tiny, and they're really, really great for, like, if you drop a stitch. Like, where'd the box go? Here we go. Okay, so you're crocheting, you're using the loom, and you're making your hat or whatever, and you drop a stitch. You can stop, and you can take one of these little hooks, and you can just reach in there, and they're long enough. You can reach in there without your hand being all awkward, and you can just grab it lift it back up and put it back on the loop, and then you can resume. So these are really, really handy. I always keep these nearby. Every time I have my knitting loom out, I always have a few tools nearby. And I actually crocheted a little bitty pouch. And I have a special table that I clamp my knitting loom on. And then I have my little pouch attached underneath my table. So I always have my little pouch of supplies. And my pouch of supplies consist of some kind of measuring tool, which is either one of these, or it's going to be a seamstress tape, and I'm including this for you too, so you can take measurements, a tiny crochet hook, and these are sizes 1.25 millimeter and 3.50 millimeter, so depending on the thickness yarn you're using in your knitting loom, and just which hook size you'll need. And then I also have I already showed you, you know, darning needles or sewing needles, you know, those nearby. And then I have a little tiny ball of scrap yarn, which you're going to get that from your own stash. But a small little thing of scrap yarn, because if you're doing a project that requires you to put scrap yarn on to take your work off safely without dropping your stitches, you want a contrasting yarn to do that. So like if you're making a scarf and you want flat edges, you need the scrap yarn. You need to start with like at least 5 rows of your scrap yarn that contrast with the color of the main project you're working. And then when you go to take the scarf off, you end with 5 rows of that contrasting scrap yarn. And then you could just keep cranking the handle, just keep cranking and cranking and cranking until you did 5 rows of scrap yarn, cut it, you can crank it right on off without having to go all the way around the loom and take each individual stitch, which that's not difficult. There are tons of YouTube videos, by the way, and I'll go ahead and link 2 of them down below. One for making a scarf, one for making a hat, so you can see the difference on how to do your scrap contrasting yarn and how to take the yarn off the knitting loom when you're making a hat. Because when you take a hat off, you literally need a long excess piece of your yarn remaining that's, you know, still attached to your hat, and then you cut it, and then you install that into your sewing needle, which would be like a darning needle. Then you literally sew in through each and every stitch. You have to take it off the loom like 1 stitch at a time, sew it with the darning needle, so that way you don't lose your stitches. Then once you go around all the way around, then your project will be safely off and you won't have any drop stitches. So, but anyways, I'm going to link those 2 videos down below so that you will see. And this doesn't really say on the box how many stitches are around, but I believe it's at least 22 stitches around. Maybe it's 26 stitches. It doesn't say, but it's big enough to make a hat and scarf. And if you want to double your scarf, make 2 scarves. Like, okay, let me rephrase that. If you want your scarf to be wider than what it is when it comes off the loom, you just need to make 2 of them and then flatten them together, and then you could stitch them up side by side. And I can include a video link for that too, if I can remember. I'll have to rewatch this video if I can remember to start watching it at 16 minutes, then I can remember to do that for you guys. And I always go through back my videos to make sure I don't leave anything out, because there are a couple of things I'm going to talk about at the end. One of them is for kids that I think they'll just love, and the other one is for all of us. It's just some really great advice, I think. And okay, so I'm including that, the Grinch stuff. Let's see. Oh, here's some stitch markers. These are really great. So if you pause, you can stitch mark or whatever, or if you're doing a pattern, these are really great. Or if you're just crocheting a project, these are great. And then these are little hair clips, but they're also really great for like if you have a project on the knitting loom. You can so like you can clip it onto your pattern, onto your live stitch or whatever. And These are just really, really great for like indicating marks. Like if you want to like change colors at some point, you know, this can be a reminder for that. And I'm giving you 2 different colored ones just so that you can, if you needed to differentiate like 2 different colors you're using to make a hat and scarf set or whatever. If you're doing like a funky, crazy pattern, you know, you don't have to use just one solid color on this. The yarn I'm going to give you with this is a multicolored self-striping yarn, because those are always fun and much better than solids in my opinion. But this is just so if you want to use 2 solids or variegated and a solid together, these will help you differentiate how many rows you want to do, or it'll help you keep track of, you know, what you're doing with your pattern. You know, it's to each their own. Everybody's got their ideas in their head. This is just for fun. Leave a little sparkle wherever you go. It's a luggage tag. You know, you can put your name and information on it. Since I'm giving you a project bag, you know, you could put it on your bag here, and you'll have your yarn and your crochet hooks and all your stitch markers in here and stuff. And so that way, like if, you know, if you go to the doctor's office or something, you're waiting somewhere, or if you're on the road trip or whatever, you know, or if you're taking this on the plane, you could take your yarn with you on the plane. I would check on the type of crochet hook first, but just in case you do go on the plane, here's some like keychain size. Like, put these on your key rings. Like, I don't see why you couldn't have these on the plane. Like, take one of them with you. Like, so, like, attach them to, you know, just pretty cool, huh? So these are 3 different sizes. I don't use these. I've had these for years. I just don't use them as much as I go out. I love them though. I just don't use them. So I'm going to let somebody else have them and see if they'll get some enjoyment out of them. It's a 3mm, a 4mm, and a 5mm. Put them in order there. Okay. 3, 4, and 5mm. And the biggest one is the blue one. So those are some of your standards. And here's another crochet hook. This is a beautiful custom-made crochet hook that a beautiful person bought for me, but it's just, I'm so sorry to say, it's not comfortable in my hand, but it is so gorgeous. It is a Susan Bates. I'm not particularly fond of Susan Bates hooks, but I really wish I could use this hook though. I mean, I love it. I love this crochet hook. It's so gorgeous. Green is one of my favorite colors. It's a 6.5mm hook. It's a standard crochet hook that I go to because I'm always making blankets and larger shawls and stuff and wider scarves, and I always just like to make my projects as fast as I can, and these larger hooks are just my favorite. I love this hook. It's like a custom made acrylic. It's got some golds and some eggplant purple mixed in with a lot of green and gold and yellow. It's just gorgeous. I love this hook. I can't use it. I'm sorry to say, I can't use it. So I'm going to give it away to somebody who I hope will enjoy it, because this is one of my favorite hooks. I can't use it. So I want to let somebody else be able to actually utilize and enjoy it. So with all this that I'm including in here, I'm also going to include a pouch, and you probably have actually already seen it the whole time, but here it is. Isn't it cute? It's a llama. The confetti moves in her. It's supposed to anyway. Yeah. Confetti moves. There we go. Isn't that cute? So that's fun. It's one of those little pencil bags, and it's got like a really clean interior. So yeah, I'm including this in the giveaway. And here's another couple of crochet hooks. So you got a 6.5mm, and then here's a 5.5. This one is a tulip. These tulip hooks, these are my favorite, my absolute favorite to work with. Very smooth, ergonomic silicone grip, flat space for your thumb. And I also really like these wooden hooks. So depending on the kind of yarn you're using, sometimes these bamboo wooden hooks are really, really great to use. And this one is a 6.5 as well. So you got 2 6.5s and a 5.5. So those are going to be in here. the notebook and the measuring tools and the writing pens and the tiny hooks to, you know, pick up your stitches, the travel size crochet hooks, or yeah, the key ring crochet hooks, and stitch markers, and your luggage tag. So cute. And yeah, I'm including dental floss. Everybody needs dental floss. I know it's weird, but I have a whole bunch of these. And I'm sorry, I'm just adding one in. Okay, we all need dental floss. These are not going to fit in here. I'm just going to include them in with your stuff. And the stickers. And the llama note cards. One of them I'm gonna have a personalized note written for you. And this one I have sealed. This is a headscarf that I crocheted. No, I did not crochet that. Excuse me. I knitted this on my knitting loom last year. It's literally just a headband piece, infinity headband, and you can use it as an earmuff. You can use it to, if you want to wear your hair down. It is a dark plum purple, and I believe it has wool in it. I don't remember exactly the kind of yarn, but it's mostly acrylic. It's got a little bit of wool in here, so it does have some natural fibers, just so you know. I just don't remember the exact content. So when you wash this, hand wash, lay flat to dry. Same with this hat. Hand wash, lay flat to dry. Yes, I'm giving you a hat and a headscarf, so that way you'll have a basis. You'll have something in hand, in person to look at, so you can count the number of stitches that you need to do on your knitting loom for your project. And just some gifts to enjoy, you know, because why not? And let's see here. Oh, I'm also including these clear stamps. These are llama stamps. These pretty. So you can use like, you can use Sharpie markers or Crayola markers, or whatever kind of markers you have, and you can use that for the ink, or you can get ink pads, and you can make your own cards or whatever, or you can like stamp your own envelopes when you mail them out to people. I don't do a lot of stamping, but I saw these and thought these are just great. And they're literally, I think they're literally just like silicone, like plastic. I don't know. They're just, I don't know. They're stamps and they're cute. So I thought I would include those. And this, I have a few of these from last year's Valentine's, and it's just, why not? I love rubber duckies. I used to collect these. I've recently got rid of my collection because I don't need to collect them anymore. But yeah, rubber ducky, because you remember there is a reason why the Grinch's heart grew 3 sizes bigger, and this is just to remind you, the Grinch's heart grew bigger with kindness, and everybody needs to be loving each other, no matter what they believe in, no matter what race they are, no matter what background they come from, no matter how they've grown up, no matter how they were raised, no matter how they live their life. We all need to love each other and be kind to one another. My belief. Now, of course, the Grinch is fictional. Dr. Seuss wrote him in like the 50s, I believe. But I like to use the Grinch during the holidays now to remind people that the Grinch's heart did grow 3 sizes, and that the Grinch can be kind and he does love. But that also gives me an excuse to bring up Jesus, because Jesus loves us very, very much. And for my personal sarcastic opinion, the Grinch's heart grew 3 sizes bigger because of Jesus. He got the Jesus in him, so, because only goodness, only love comes from God. And here's a Grinch doll. So if you have a pet at home, or a little puppy dog, I'm including this in your giveaway too. I got one for Raven. I've got catnip smeared all over it. She slept with it a couple of times. Doesn't really play with it much, but she has slept with it, and these are just really, really cute. So if you don't mind me getting your puppy's attention for a minute, I'd like to say hi to your beloved pets too. Hi, puppy puppies. Hello. Hello. Hi, puppy. Hello, how you doing? Hello. You're so cute. You pretty furry boy. You pretty girl. You're so cute. Okay, I'm sorry. I love pets. I grew up with pets. I'm so thrilled to live in a pet-friendly community, and I see people walking their dogs all the time. I think it was yesterday or the day before, I was outside. I was checking on my plants, and every morning this young lady walks she's got the smallest, the cutest little, oh my goodness, it's just so cute. It looks like one of those like light brown teddy bear poodles. Her dog is like literally like this big. Like this big. He's so cute, and she's just really jumpy and excited and alert, and I couldn't resist but pet her. So she's cute. I think that's it for the giveaway. I'm not including these. I mean, I know I'm including this because it goes with the theme here, you know. But if you do want me to include these in the giveaway, then mention that in the comments below. These are just cat toys, and they're a whole bunch of plastic ones. There you go. Sorry about the light reflecting off the plastic, but you can kind of see what they are. Some of them are made out of yarn, like this one's yarn. This one is, I don't know. It's very light though. These, I can't have around the house because I'm always stepping on them and breaking them. Plus, I live in a really small place. These springs are really great. Just Raven doesn't like them. She just didn't phase her a bit. But she's a senior. She's 18 years old. And it's really hard to get her to play with toys that don't really have motion in them. And then most of the toys that have motion, if they make too much noise, if they flap around too much, if they, like she's not even really into the random laser toy that much anymore. Now, if it goes like straight across and does like long straight lines, she's fine with that. But this one, it just goes in a really short pattern, and it just makes her dizzy, and no, I have to hand feed the laser on the carpet for her to chase it, so, you know. But I'm not including these unless you mention it in your comment that you want me to, because I'm just not sure, you know. They're just cheap, crappy cat toys, and I don't know. I'm iffy on those, but I am including the Grinch. That's a must for any pet parent who likes the Grinch. You gotta have one of these, okay? You just gotta. And the rubber ducky's great if you have kids, or if you have an animal that you don't think this will harm, or you just display it in your house. It's just cute. Give it to your grandkids or whatever. And, okay, there's a couple other things I was going to throw in. These are patterns. These are for crocheting. Since I'm including a few crochet hooks, I'm also including this crochet box stitch. I got this free online years ago, and I don't remember exactly where I got it. mypicot.com, mypicot.com. I have no idea how I found that. I was just doing some Google searching, but anyway, the crochet box stitch, that's what it looks like. So you get instructions on how to make this, and it's going to show you how to make the pattern. So you get British terms and American terms in the instructions. It shows you, it's got pictures step by step. And I think it's going to have you start doing rows. Let me see here. It's 5 pages. 5 pages here, so this is great. Okay, it's going to have you do it row by row. Yep, row by row. Row by row. So if you want to start in the center, like that one, you may have to find a YouTube tutorial, and they're easy. Just go to your search engine and type in the exact name of the stitch that you need. Box stitch, center start, or something like that. Starting from center, box stitch, crochet, something like that, and it'll come up. Here's a granny square blanket. Looks like I typed this one up, because this did not come up. This does not come from a particular website. I typed this one up. I don't remember where I got the pattern from or if I made it. It's a finished square about 6 to 6.5 inches. It's a granny square blanket consisting of multiple squares consisting of 6 to 6.5 inches. Crochet hook size I, or whatever your normal gauge tells you. I crochet a little tight, so I normally have to go up one size. So I'll be using a J hook. You'll increase each round by 4 stitches per side. For multicolored granny with color A, chain 4, join with slip stitch to first chain, blah, 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 blah. That's the start of the pattern. That's just a note in the start of the pattern. But that's pretty much the start, because the next paragraph, round 2, round 3, round 4, round 5. I might have copied this from the internet. I don't think this is my pattern, but I think I copied this and put it in a document just so I could fit it on one page and save paper. So I'm including that. And I'm including this. Crochet Afghans from the Hirschner's Treasury. I have a calendar for this next year, by the way. This includes, I believe, 12 blankets. Let's see, you get... No, I'm sorry, this is from my 2022 calendar. But these are crochet, these are actually full pattern crochet Afghans in here. Alpine Afghan. It's got washing instructions in here. Gauge, abbreviations, crochet hook units and sizes. See, there's abbreviations, washing instructions, gauges, and then a crochet hook chart. So it's got USA and metric terms, so you can determine what hook size you need or what hook size you have that you're trying to identify. Granny's gradient. And then there is a chart on how you can place your colors, so that's really great and handy. It literally has the full pattern. Full pattern. There's tips, across the block pattern, boho yoho blanket, jamboree Afghan, sapphire baubles, seashore dreams, vendor and lace, glasswork mandala. That one's on the cover. So there's the pattern for it. It tells you what you'll need for the pattern. It tells you the finished size on the gauge that you should stitch in case you want to change the gauge up or whatever. It's got notes for the pattern, of course, and the tips. It has each round in bold, and then it consists with the pattern. That's just really helpful. So in case you stop, you can like mark with a piece of like little sticky note tab or a marking pen, and you can just like put the time and date that you stopped. That's what I would do. Write down the time and date that you stopped, so that way when you go back, you can look back and say, okay, this is now the last time. So you don't have to read through everything that you've already done. You can just go right where you left and pick off. That's what I like to do when I have to read a really long pattern. Fall Guile pattern, Colossal Cables Throw, Yuletide Ripple, and there's some pictures of the finished projects in the back. Getting another phone call. I don't want that to stop the recording of my video. So I'm hoping you guys didn't miss any of that, but I just read off all the patterns of the Afghans in this magazine, so I'm including that. I'm also including a catalog I received 2 years ago. Not sure why I'm including it, because it's 2 years old. However, it does have some gorgeous patterns in here. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to find maybe some of these yarns online still. Now, this particular company may not have some of these yarns in here still, but if nothing else, you will get inspiration. I'm always getting inspiration looking through old catalogs. And like this one, like look at that sweater. I like the style of that. I wouldn't choose that solid forest green for myself, but I really like the style of it. There's no sleeves. It's literally one fat, long, rectangular piece that you fold over your body. And it creates half sleeves. And it's just simple. You know, here's a basic scarf with a pocket on it. And a shawl. You just get so much inspiration, so I don't see why not. I'm just going to include this in. And this one I bought from Ollie's as a gift for you guys. And for a gift for the winter anyways. I'm taking the price sticker off. But I want you to be able to use it so that you can make your own gifts. Your own handmade gifts for people. And you can use it for the children. And the kids and grandkids in your life. It can be for not just girls. It can be for boys too. You can choose boy colors. It's also great for, like, say next year if you want to make hats for like Hat Not Hate. You have to use primarily like at least 70% blue yarn. You can put a few stripes of a contrasting color in. You can use blue variegated with a couple of other colors. Just as long as it's 70% blue, you can make the hats in this book that I'm about to show you. I'm sorry, I'm just taking the price sticker off. It looks horrible, so I wanted to take it off before I showed it to you. It still has some residue on, but I'll try to clean it up a little bit more before I send it out to you. But it's Simply Sweet Crochet Boutique Designs for Little Girls. But there are designs in here for boys too, and you can use contrasting yarns to make different hats for boys. And it is, let me see how many pages, 64 pages. There's a metric conversion chart on the back, which is really, really nice. And it's got techniques, finishing your projects, and it's got stitch guides and visual step-by-step photographic instructions on how to do the stitches, which is also helpful. It's got crochet abbreviations, and it's got felted attachment ideas. And a lot of these hats, like, see here, like there's one for a little boy in here. Let me just see, so something simple like that, you know, not adorable. This one you can a ponytail hat. So, you know, little girl can put her ponytail hair through it. And just lots of cute hats in here. So I'm including this. And then the yarn that you've been waiting to see. The self-striped multicolored yarn I am including to go with this knitting loom. Look at this gorgeousness. I ordered this yarn like 4 years ago, and I've never used it. Never used it. I used maybe like a smidge of it. I did like a sample, so here's some scrap. But there's 5 full skeins. 5 full skeins in here, and then here's some scrap left, so if you need some extra. This excess yarn is always great in case you're trying to win against the game of chicken. So, and if you're not sure what I mean by that, Google search crocheting. I wanted chicken crocheting my blanket or something. So let me tell you about this yarn. This is gorgeous yarn. Pretty. Boho. This is from Boho. This is called Boho Spirit Signet yarn. The colorway is called Harmony. I believe it is a 3-weight yarn. Yep, that's a 3-weight, big time. To me, this is one of these yarns, once you have it crocheted up, it's going to be slightly difficult to undo it. So make sure you have the pattern set in mind that you want to work this with. It is 100% premium acrylic, 100 grams, 240 meters. That's all it says. It recommends a 4 or 4.5 millimeter crochet hook or knitting needles. Gauge swatch, it's got that on there. This is from Yorkshire. I ordered this. I'm including the paper in here of where I ordered it from in case you want to go online. I'm not sure if they still currently have it on their website. I have not checked. I ordered this yarn 4 years ago. But this is just to remind you of where I got it from in case you want to look up the yarn. Now, if Snufflebean yarn from the UK doesn't have any more of this yarn, you can always just do an internet search, boho spirit harmony. That's it, boho spirit harmony, and the yarn should pop up, and you should be able to see a list of places where you could order from. But yeah, this is just to show that I ordered 9 skeins, but I'm only including 5.5 skeins in here because I used a little bit of it for another project, and I think that was like a hat and scarf set that I made and gave away a long time ago. I'm not sure, but yeah, I think I made a crocheted beanie hat for a little girl, and then I made a hat and scarf set for somebody. But this is the leftover. I'm just not using it. But this is a lot of yarn, and this is going to be so gorgeous off the knitting loom, and it's perfect. Let me put that piece of paper back in there. 5.5 skeins with that scrap yarn. You'll be able to, you can make a blanket off this knitting loom if you want to. So I'm getting this back in here now so nothing gets in here on the yarn. Okay, so the last 2 things I wanted to talk about, I came across this cartoon for kids, and it's Bible stories for kids. It's really, really great. I watched they're 20 minutes, so they won't be consumed on it forever. Very, very colorful, animated. They're not literal cartoons. They're animated, and they almost look like, I don't know what show to describe it as. Kind of like VeggieTales, you know, like that type of cartoon animation. I watched the one about Job, where the angels presented themselves to the Lord, and then the devil went down to mess with Job, and he lost all of his possessions and stuff. And then after a while, Job remained faithful. After his friends came to sit with him, and then God restored everything. Yeah, God restored everything. Twice as much of what Job had before. God gave it back to him twice as fold. So that was great. Very beautiful story. They did leave out some stuff from the Bible, but it's, you know, kids have short attention spans, but they're beautifully graphic, colorful stories, and so that link is down below. The other link I left down below is a video from a grown man who's being really heartfelt about Jesus, and he's speaking truth, I fully believe. You don't have to be a believer to listen to it, but as a non-believer, I think you're going to want to hear what he has to say. You're not obligated to believe, of course, you know. True, genuine love requires free will. With that free will, we are given the right to choose to what we want to believe in. We're given the right to choose how we want to live our own lives. Whether we put God first, or whether we put our weed first, or whether we put our music first, or whether we put our friends first, or whether we put our family first. Even Jesus said, if we love our parents more than him, you know, then we're not really fully loving God. And because he says in the Bible to fully love him with all your heart, mind, and soul, because he does the same for you. He did send his only son to sacrifice himself for us, to cover us for all of our sins. You won't hear of that in any other religion. No gods sacrificing their only child for the entire world. Jesus did that for us because he loves us. And because he loves us, he chose to step back and give us the free will to live how we want. And in our bad choices, with that comes consequences. So just as we commit a crime, we go to jail. If we commit a sin, you don't think God, our Father, is not going to punish that if we don't repent? And it's just a thought, but it kind of makes sense to me, because even as a parent disciplines their child, God disciplines his children when they sin and commit heinous acts. But this video, I'm also linking down below, talks about leaving letters and leaving care packages for those who are left behind. This is the last election, and I fully respect your beliefs. This giveaway is for you whether you believe in Jesus or not. I just want you to know that. This giveaway is for you whether you believe in my belief or not. This is for every single person, background, religion, beliefs. I love you regardless. You have the absolute right. I love you. I'm praying for you though, because I love you. And also because I love you, I'm telling you these things. But some of us Christians are leaving letters and care packages for those who are left behind, because this is the last election. Donald Trump is our last president. And while God has given us some time to heal now, Jesus is coming back pretty soon. The rapture, there will be a rapture. Read Revelations 3:10. There are multiple verses in the Bible that talk about, multiple books in the Bible, that talk about the rapture. And I forget to have that list with me. It's on the very camera I'm recording on right now, my phone. But I will list them in the description below on all the Bible verses that talk about the rapture in the Bible. Revelations 3:10 talks about the rapture. Revelations 14 talks about the rapture. Revelations 15 talks about the beginning of the tribulation. It talks about the beast and taking the mark. And the mark of the beast is getting a chip in your right hand, or getting some kind of imprintation or mark on your forehead. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but even now Amazon is talking about how you can pay with something with the palm of your hand, and to me that's scary, because that's irreversible, and you're not admitted into heaven with the mark of the beast. That's showing your allegiance to the mark. To the beast. And Revelations, when it talks about the beast, it talks about the Antichrist, and anything anti-God is just not good. And I just want to let you know, bottom line, this country, this United States, we're going to be okay. We are going to be okay, regardless of what happens. Everything is in God's hands, and it's going to be okay. I have 100% faith in him. Jesus has proven himself to me so many times, especially in the last 3 months. He has proven so much to me. God is revealing a lot. He's speaking to my heart. I feel tugs and I just feel things I can't explain. Jesus is more real than the physical world we are living in. I fully believe that. And every time I ask my guardian angels to help me pray, Raven kind of flips out a little bit, like it surprises her. And animals can see things that we cannot. They have senses that we don't. And all the stories that I'm hearing from children now, Acts 2:17 is taking place right now. It's been taking place for years. And even children under 5 are giggling and saying that Jesus is coming back. I also have a link to my Facebook page. The very top portion of my description box, where my contact information is, my email, my Facebook link is there. You're welcome to click on it. You don't have to befriend me. I'm just letting you know, you're not obligated to do anything, but you're welcome to click on that link and look at some of the stuff, some of the things that I've been posting, because I have posted some absolute truth that's been verified, and I recommend you just take a look. I've been posting things daily for the past 4 months, so there's quite a bit. You scroll through as much or as little or not at all as you want. It's your free will. I just want to leave the resources out there so that you can see for yourself, and you can research for yourself if you want to take the time to do that. I recommend you take the time to research anything that you're interested in, and the truth. I think everybody should be researching what's true. Because if we base our feelings off of our own emotions, we are deceived. But I have found that when I base my emotions off not just mine, but God's, and I read his word, everything lines up. It matches. I'm even watching videos now in the Middle East that archaeologists, they're finding physical evidence that literally match up with what God's word says. I can't refute that. So I'm keeping an open mind. I'm not saying I fully believe, but I do fully believe in Jesus. But there are some things to where I don't fully believe. I just keep an open mind. I don't deny it yet. I keep an open mind because we don't know. And not even the smartest person in the world knows everything. There's not one single human being in the entire world that knows everything. And if they are, they're FOS, they're a liar. And liars are not. Liars are sinners. And we all need to repent for that. But again, your free will. Your free will. Yeah, I'm not judging. No hard feelings. I love you. I've lied. You know, I've made mistakes. But I've repented. Jesus washed away my sins. And not even demons can remind me of my past because of that. Now, if I fall in sin again and I don't repent, then yeah, they can torment me with that. But only if I let them. I don't let them because I rebuke them in the name of Jesus. When I believe in the power of Jesus' name, I'm telling you, it's been working for me every single time. I know I'm rambling on. This video is an hour long now, so just most respect, no judgments. I love you guys. This giveaway is for you, whether you believe in Jesus or not. But I just wanted to let you guys know that. And all the links will be included down below. Raven and I are going to go now. I think she wants some love now, and she wants me to feed her again. And I'm going to get all this stuff boxed up for you, okay? So, please subscribe if you haven't already. All my giveaway entries have always consisted of just leaving a comment. If you respond to somebody else's comment, the YouTube random comment picker is not going to pick up on that. So your entry will not be entered. Leave your own original comment. Go to the very top of the comments. Like when you're clicking into the comment section and before you even scroll down to read through, you're at the very top on where it says comment. You click in that little blank box and that's where you can leave your own individual comment. And that is your entry. You can say whatever you want. I never really am too picky about what you say. Let me know if you want me to include these cat toys, because not everyone has a dog, but not everyone has a cat. But this Grinch doll, I think, is great for both cats and dogs because of how small it is. And Raven likes hers. Raven? See? Raven likes hers. So that's why I'm including it, because it's small enough for kitty cats too. But if you have a cat and you're entering the giveaway, let me know if you want me to include these too. And if a cat owner wins the giveaway, I'll go ahead and include these, okay? So, I love you guys. And I hope you guys are well. I'm praying for you and your struggles. If you have any pain or worry, I'm praying for that for you. And if you're a non-believer, I'm praying that you will see the light of truth. And I'm praying that you will keep an open mind. And I'm praying that you will be blessed with what you need to be happy in life. And just pray. I just pray good things. Just bottom line, I have good intentions. I love you guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.